Have we got a number today? We got a SlapperCast. Is it 279?
It is, yeah. Episode
Is it
200.
Is it SlapperCast? Is it the weekly podcast with Blaggards?
It better be.
So welcome everybody. That was a very, very enjoyable last couple of episodes, and we loved all the feedback and everybody jumping in and giving their opinions. And we were talking about frontmen, we were talking about cover songs, all that stuff. It's just really cool to have all that feedback. That was a can of worms that I did not expect to be opened. Pushing David Lee Roth forward as the number one.
It's so funny. There's literally hundreds of comments on that video now. People get worked up. Either they're like, "No, that's ridiculous," like you're saying, then they disappear, or the people who are like, "Yes, and here's why." I love the people who are like, most of them anyway. A lot of them who agree with us are coming in and saying why he's the best.
Everybody has their horror stories, but one of my favorite David Lee Roth stories of all time is my cousin. He lives in Orange County in California, and he told me as a kid he had gone to see Van Halen do the show. It was some big show, and of course, every show for them in that era was ginormous. That early '80s. It was just anyway. David Lee Roth came out on stage and it was hammered, and he did like a high kick and he passed out, and it was the end of the show.
Yeah,
and I just remember him
for
going,
real?
Yeah,
That's real?
Yeah. That was
What do you do? Like, what happens at that point?
I think the show was over.
Good night.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's. I never heard David Lee Roth tell that story, but and I've heard a lot of people that have seen him live, seen Van Halen live or David Lee Roth live, and said, it was really hard. I mean, he sings in that register that's just far beyond his reach, it seems. And then when you smoke that much and you drink that much, you have, it's so, it's so difficult to maintain. I mean, he seems like a healthy person, with all the activities that he, we spoke about on the last few episodes, how he's like Bruce Dickinson, and he doesn't sit still. Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden, excuse me. He doesn't sit still, and he puts his mind to something and he'll conquer it, and it will be, And speaking of that too, so we have a couple of things. We have your podcast too. I haven't heard you talk about that much lately. What's happening with Prodigious Saps?
Prodigious Saps. Prodigious. It's easy to say.
Well, you're hammered right now, so they'll give you a pass.
Prodigious.
It's like judicial.
I just put out an episode. Yeah, exactly. Judicial system. I just put out an episode about Planet of the Apes, the original films with Charlton Heston and Roddy McDowell. Did you ever see those? The original 1968.
I'm sure I did, but
with the Statue of Liberty at the end.
Yeah, I haven't heard you talk about it. That's why I was wondering. Well, so what's happening with you? What's happening in the CB/Drum Your Own Way world? What's going on?
CB?
Yeah.
We hired a couple more people, so we got 20 people now at the lab. It's going good.
The lab. What kind of lab is it?
Dental lab.
Dental lab.
Yep. I know, it's funny. People always go, "You never hear a guy that's touring in a band own a dental laboratory."
Yeah.
I'm like, "How did you get into that?" And I'm like, "Sit back."
Yeah. Make yourself comfortable. Yeah.
It's just,
You should say open wide.
yeah, that'd be better. You just camera on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stirrups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got some cool stuff for the drum side. So I've got a special gift being made for the Ireland tour for everybody who's attending, and then there's an additional special gift for everybody who's attending both tours.
Oh wow,
So that's coming.
Oh, cool.
wow.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, what's on your feet?
My Bradham shoes. Check it out.
Look at that. And the shorts are from
SJC.
SJC, and the
Love these shorts.
And the T-shirt is from
Moxie. The one Moxie.
Yes.
Man, I'm all decked out today.
I was gonna say.
I need to turn my hat backwards.
Yeah.
Now.
Hook those.
It was too hot to have my beanie today. I had to crap down. I don't know if I'm gonna keep going with this beanie phase. I was like, Stacey goes, you realize you wear those shorts because I wore them to work too.
Yeah.
And they're like, you wear these shorts and you can't wear these shorts. Like you kind of show a little bit. I'm like, I'm wearing these shorts. Like they're the most comfortable things ever. So
Yeah.
remember I go, hey, can I perform live in these? And you're like, I was like, I'm gonna bring them out one day.
Whatever do your board short days. You used to
Board short.
during the summer, yeah. Sometimes for outdoor shows you'd had those camouflage board shorts he used to wear?
Oh, they're
Like the cargos?
Yeah, they're cargos. They're not board shorts.
What do you call them?
Board shorts are
Swimming trunks, right?
Are those like boat pants or something? What a board short? What does that mean?
board shorts are the I guess trendy people wear them. Is that right?
No, they're like swimming trunks without the liner. You know?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Board shorts are like swimming trunks without the liner.
Yeah, you're talking to the California kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not. They're everybody wears them.
They used to have this camouflage that would kind of go down to your knee.
Yeah, no, they're cargo shorts. Yeah.
Yeah, cargo.
Been a while since you've worn those.
Yeah. Well,
I guess we haven't played a whole lot of outdoor summer. Well, yeah, we have.
yeah. No, I just it's just I've got legs like walking sticks. I need to keep them covered as much as possible. This is actually this video will go straight to yeah.
It's a SlapperCast feature.
Yeah. We're but we've been rehearsing today. We've been going over some new stuff and
I did get my hands on a video because you were talking about you just reminded me of when you said how Davey Roth passed out, and I'm like, well, what happens? And so I found my brother sent me a video, and I don't think I've shared it with you guys yet, but we're playing in like a bowling alley, bunch of different bands.
Who's we?
This band, the Easy Kill. So my brother's in the band, this guy Sean, and this guy Troy. And Troy got so hammered before the show, he passed out before the show started. And so he was our bass player. And so my brother was like, screw it, I'll play bass, Sean, you're guitar and singing. And we just sort of pivoted.
Wow.
And I mean, I'd have to do anything different, but it was, and we played, and he has the whole thing on video. And so he sent it to me. And so I was like, man, I got to watch this and see what it sounds like. But I just got my hands on it. Yeah, I think it was dated 2007.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, that's cool.
What are some other like famous times of people or just personal experiences we've had of people actually becoming incapacitated on stage? So, did it ever happen in any of the iterations of On the Dole or?
Yeah. I believe I may have told this. I mean, it may be old news by now. Well, I mean, it might have been a very early episode of SlapperCast. And we were in a pub called Slancha, which is now Molly's Pub on Main Street, downtown Houston, Texas. Yeah. And there was so just to paint a very, very quick picture here. Back in those days, the days of On the Dole, I'd originally started the band. It was kind of an acoustic thing. Me on acoustic guitar and vocals, had a Bowron player, and then we were trying to add stuff here and there. But back in those times, dark times, children, dark times. And people wouldn't necessarily have a clue of what I was talking about. Now, thanks to bands like Flogging Molly, Dropkick Murphys, I mean, people wouldn't know of the Pogues. They would know Thin Lizzy, but however, Thin Lizzy don't have that Irish sound in the front. So back in those days, it was just next to impossible to get players to even come out and hear the band. Or listen to tape or learn it, So we were like Easy Kills. Was it the Easy Kills? The Easy Kills.
That's why it didn't work.
Yeah.
You ruined everything.
Yeah. Usually does. So it was extremely difficult to get players. So we would have to do the same thing, kind of shuffle players, and if a bass player could play guitar, maybe he'd switch one time, and just to get whatever configuration you could get together to make this thing go. And like I say, it was very very acoustic based and kind of low key, and we'd add to it the more players we got. But I was always a Blaggard style sound I was going for in my head. That's what I always had in my... Anyway, so I remember this night I quite vividly. And I had a drummer, and I won't say his name. I remember his name. And it started off to be a nice guy. And as he believed he was getting more comfortable with the material, which he wasn't, but he just kind of became a little bit more blasé about his approach to how he, treat the night of music. We were just in the woodshed here a few minutes ago, and we're doing some songs that we've never played before. We're also doing songs where we haven't played in a while, but your first time, and it was nice because we would remark on these. This is too fucking long. edit. Sorry. Well, we remark on this thing, saying, it's nice that we're doing these songs and that people have skin in the game, as the kids say, and so they're putting effort into the song and making it, So back then it was kind of it was just impossible to get commitment and effort put into this stuff so you could have these this lineup, blah blah blah. So this night in particular, I'll get to the point. This drummer decided at the end of the night for our last song, which we always try to do a kind of showstopper or something, something of a larger scale, to end the night, because much like a song, it's the beginning and the end that you remember. You fuck up the beginning, they're going to remember that. You fuck up the end, they're going to remember that. So the end, you want to have a nice big and send them out on a high note. Easy. Well, this song in particular, which many of you will have heard Blaggards play many, many times, is called Donegal Express. And it's not a very easy, we've played it with you very, very few times, but but it's not an easy song. And it's certainly not a song that you can go, I play drums, I can sit in. No, you can't. And so this drummer on this particular night decided that he was going to let this person that he had never met before or knew or heard of, let him sit in at the end of the night for the last song.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Like unannounced to you guys?
Unannounced to me. I'm on the mic.
Oh, yes.
Introducing the last song. Yeah. And all the while,
I think my blood pressure just spiked.
Yeah.
He just turned around and like, who are you?
Yeah. And he goes, I got it. So maybe he told him what the song, like I said earlier, it was hard to get people to listen to a tape or to know what I was trying to. So anyway, turn back around. I started the song 1, 2, 3, 4, down the guy, but it wasn't that good. Sorry, scratch that. It was I mean, the first time, the first time you see a child with a drumstick and a drum kit, that's what it sounded like. So I just took the guitar off and I said, sorry, good night. We ended it. It went over, hit mute on the board, and just looked at him like, and then, what happened after that was he couldn't understand that I was fucking fuming.
Oh yeah.
Beyond livid. I mean, you said blood pressure spike. There's just no description of what happened internally. The nuclear, the atomic. Just everything that lit, everything that exploded internally came out. And actually, that's not true. I was actually, I'm kind of proud that I didn't, flatten him into the ground. And I was just very, very matter of fact. I said, yeah, just pack your shit up. Just get out. Just don't let me see you again. And he started, and it was a decent kit. It was a nice kit. Can't remember the make, but I remember it was a nice, like flame maple, shells, and it was a decent kit, good sounding kit. And
you're talking to
the drummer,
the main drummer,
yeah,
not the filling guy.
Yeah, no, the filling guy was long gone. Okay. Yeah, but it's the end of the night where everybody's kind of left. Everybody kind of like they could see that I was there was like at the cartoons. There was so. But the funniest thing about it was this little bastard who he's not the size of a wart. I mean he's he starts throwing his drums, his drums that he owns that are nice. And he's like kicking them and throwing,
like punishing himself.
Yeah, and I'm going, well, I'm not gonna stop this. Like, fire away. Your fucking cable of mine gets touched, you're going out the window. But anyway, so that was the last time I saw him, and actually scratch that from the record, Your Honor. It was the second last time. The last time I saw him, he was playing with another band that was supposed to play at a club I was working at, and I got an email. This is back in the days of AOL, all that, and I got this email from this guy, and he had, I guess, photoshopped it or crafted it to make it look like I had sent him an email, and he was replying to it. it was this weird thing, and he would say, hey man, cool, yeah, good to hear from you, blah blah blah. He was basically trying to pave the way back into because he knew that I was going to say something, I was going to be a smart ass, or I was going to be, so he was trying to diffuse anything that might happen on the, and yeah, so that was the last time I saw him, and it was a shame too, because he actually was he started out to be pretty decent player, but he had that little man complex, where if he had a Shih Tzu, or it had any kind of little poodle, he'd have to ask that animal to reach the cookie jar. Just tiny fucking worthless, but.
Do you think he just made a bad judgment that night, or was he like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that?
I don't know what.
What does he say? What was said to you? What's said after? Sorry, guys. Is it?
Oh, I was completely out of line.
Is it one of those?
No, I was completely out of line by stopping. I should let him go, and he knew the song well enough to know. It took him a long fucking time to learn it, a long time, because it's not. You can learn the song and play it. I could play the song on drums. Doesn't sound great, but I know, I could get through it. And I'm not saying I'm a good drummer. I'm saying I'm not a good drummer. Absolutely not a good drummer. But I could get through the song because I know the song so well. Played it back if I played bass on it. I played guitar on it. I sang on it. But he thought that there was absolutely nothing wrong with letting somebody sit in. And I don't know if it ever registered to him that this is not a song that you can't go, Sweet Home Alabama, Start Me Up, Rolling Stones, Back in Black. Well, Back in Black is even difficult. There's these easy songs that you could get through, and it would sound, what's that? Awful Black Crow. All Black Crow songs are awful. Hard to handle. Everybody can play that beat, right? So you could probably get away with something like that, but not a song that has a 6/8 swing in it, and these stops and these and these builds. That end with E minor. Where the whistle goes really high. That's a great spot. Any drummer would cut off his right arm to be, okay, that's the wrong thing. But they would give anything to play that fill because it's so fucking cool, and you can add so much to it. But
was he maybe drunk when he made
always, yeah. But again, back in those days too, I had another bass player, back in the, oh my god, same club, and a friend of mine, a really good bass player, was coming in to see us, and he goes, hey, could I sit in on a song? And I asked the bass player, I go, hey, would you mind if you use your rig? And he goes, yeah. He had all the warmth of a fucking rattlesnake. He was like, okay. And I was like, you sure? Just say no if you don't. No, he can. And it came time for my friend to come sit in, and the bass player that I was using that night took all his pedals, and he had a plywood board with all these pedals. One pedal is enough for a bass player, maybe two. But for what we were doing, that's all you need, right? But he had this just array of every kind of effect, and he just went ba 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 ba, and I watched him do it, and I was like, and then he fucked with his amp too, and I was so my friend got up and he like, and I was like,
terrible.
It just completely, but he completely
sabotaged
everything to derail this guy. And I was like, man, how fucking dickless. I think
that's worse than the drummer thing. Because the drummer thing is you're drunk.
That was just a bad call.
Yeah,
it could have worked out.
If
the guy got up there and could play, that doesn't happen.
Right.
So this is like. It's almost guaranteed.
But even if a guy could play, even a great drummer sitting in on that song couldn't follow. I remember, and I can't remember I just remember situations where we had players sit in with us and say, man, I can play this stuff. I know it's only 3 chords, but our 3 chords are fast and they don't, it's not in a row.
Yeah.
It's not 3 chords in a row. There's no, and they go back and there's stops and there's tempo changes and so you can't just come in and sit in. It's not a 1-4-5 blues progression where you can sit on a bass player and sound great. Our shit is just not. It's not made for that. Nor do you want that guy that comes in and can follow you, because he's always going to be a cunt hair behind you on the on the, if he's able to. But our stuff is, our average beat per minute is what, about 120, I mean, for the slow stuff, and then up, so you can't come in and no matter how good your theory is, you can't come in and jump in and just, especially the way that we play the stuff. But that guy, I was so funny. The bass player that sat in with us that night, he played with a quarter. He played the bass player's bass with a quarter on the thing, and the guy's fucking. I was like, man, Serge, you're right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck you.
Was your friend who came in the one that got sabotaged by the other guy? Was that what's his name?
I'm not going to say it.
No, not the asshole, but the guy that.
Yeah, I'm not going to say either name, but
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
I know I've heard the story several times.
Yeah.
I think it's somebody I know, right? Your friend? The guy who was sitting in?
Yeah, I think you met him.
Okay. So did you the initial question that's launched that story was, has anybody ever been incapacitated? So
Yeah, well, yes, many, many times. I played with another drummer, and I remember the show. I remember the show vividly because it was actually, it might have been the first time that I had the big lineup for On the Dole. I had fiddle, bass, drums, keyboards, me on guitar and vocals, and lead guitar. And I remember the drummer being so fucking high, so high. Like Cat Williams says, his high got high. That's how high he was. His high was, and his high was even higher than that because he was so, glazed over.
Blacked out.
No, I mean, he was coherent, but he was not there. It was essentially like having a mannequin with some kind of range of motion. But I remember him, I'd call that one song, and he comes running up because he left the drums, come running around to the side. And he goes, "Hey, how's this one go?" And I'm standing there,
That's so
crowd cheer. I got the guitar, and he's I think he came in from because he came around the thing, and he comes in. He goes, "Hey, how does this one go?" And I was like, "Oh, great! I think I was wet myself." We just. Yeah, so there was that, and then there's
That's funny now. It's not funny in the moment because it's
yeah,
miserable in the moment, but that's funny now, dude.
Well, there's another guy, a good friend of ours that died a year before last, Patrick Brennan. He or last year. God, there's so many. He actually saved the day. I was having coffee with him at a place called Dietrich's on Westheimer and Hazard in Houston, Texas, and great coffee company back in the day. And I was sitting having coffee with him one day, and I was kind of shaking my head going, yeah, the fucking fiddle player would call the day of rehearsal. Oh, yeah, my boyfriend ate the car, and I can't get, just the worst excuses you ever heard in your entire life. And just, yes, I'm not going to make it today, and I can't do this, can't do so anyway, I'm kind of shaking my head telling Patrick Brennan these stories, and he's just looking at me, just going, are you going to go through with this? Oh yeah, we've got the slot booked. We're, a bunch of bands on before us, and we're closing the night out, and people are really excited about it. And, he said, man, he goes, I don't know. He goes, can you get me a tape? And I go, yeah, I've got tapes. Nobody's listened to them, obviously. Hey man, how's this song go? He goes, I'll listen to it and come in. So he came in and he played piano and saxophone and I forget what that thing is called, but it's basically a keyboard that you blow in, and it doesn't sound like it would sound good, but he did Nancy Whiskey on it. It sounded so cool. It was like an accordion with balls. It was just really, but I forget the name of that thing. It'll come through. But he kind of came in and saved the day because it was so easy to throw it to him, and yeah, bail us out, or, just something. But it was yeah. So we man, I've had many incidences like that. Drunk. Yeah. Yes. Many of those too. Just so many different lineups. It's so funny. A good friend of ours in Little Rock, Arkansas. He owns a pub called Hibernia, the Hibernian Irish Tavern. Our friend Jerry Ward from Ireland. He's actually written a novel.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him the other day, and when he was giving me the rundown of this novel that he's great story, and he had told me about this thing, and I in my head I'm going through all these stories in my head, going, man, there's a fucking book in there. That's a really so many of these rock books have these stories where, oh yeah, I nearly died, and the hookers ran off of my this is just other musicians just being I don't know, new or just so carefree that they don't even learn the stuff. And I mean, what is worse? I mean, what is the worst than showing up to rehearsal and nobody knowing their shit? I mean, it's just so that's where that was my Houston. Back when I lived in Houston, and we'd set up in the front room, drums, bass, keyboards, fiddle, all this stuff. Everybody in the round. So when you rehearse like that, you can see the changes and you know what's coming. And I do the style, do the signals and stuff. So that's easy. Then you get on a stage, everybody's facing the same way. You got nothing. You got to know it. Yeah. And you didn't, So just so many times to have that, you just have the rug pulled out of you. And last week we were talking about Ben Hales, showing up to play, the drummer that we didn't know. And we showed up to play a 4-hour show with him, and we're just that was every time with these guys. Every time with the line, because you don't know. I mean, did they learn it this time? Time we opened, it wasn't you. Time we opened with for the Saw Doctors in Dublin.
That's when you first put Patriick, the other band together after On the Door. Yeah. That night, right? It was just kind of a thought it was a one-off, and you kept going after that. Right? It was you. No.
I didn't use any of that. No. Yeah, that was the end of that shit. No, it was it was a different drummer, and didn't listen to any of the stuff, and it was another one of those things that
it wasn't Tom playing bass.
It might have been Tom.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it was the drummer was, oh my god.
Okay.
The drummer didn't listen to anything. Nothing. We got there, and it was at the engine room, which is long gone, but
I thought I remember you telling me that it was that night that was it right before he went on stage that it was Tom who suggested Passion Devon Band being the name of the band.
I think I think that might have been the one. No.
He that was like the name. So
I hate the name.
Who's that?
The name the name came before the Wolf Tones.
Oh, okay.
And that was Tom. I think that was Tom and Russell.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of then.
Yeah, we did a. And
sorry, I'm throwing you off the story.
No. I mean, but they're all that was actually the song that we opened with. We opened for the Wolf Tones, and if you don't know the Wolf Tones, please check them out. It's just the #1 Irish rebel band of all time. I mean, just phenomenal. Well worth. I mean, actually, they're on the road to retirement right now, so they're on their final set of shows. But tremendous. I mean, again, it was the stuff I grew up on, so it makes me very nostalgic. It was at the U of H, University of Houston, downtown Houston, Texas, of course. We got the opportunity to open for the Wolf Tones. And it was myself and Russell Pryor and Tom Jenkins. I want to say that was it.
Yeah.
And we had just finished with On the Dole, the name. And that's when they said, and it was actually right before the posters were made. So I said, yeah, put it on there. So,
yeah.
Because I didn't, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, but that was another one of these show where it was a show where we played Irish music. However, it was a rock show. I mean, it was so people were, and then the Wolf Tones going, you know, and
Yeah.
they may have had some backing tracks. Sorry, lads, but they may have had some backing tracks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And yeah, but just delightful evening. Loved it. Yeah, man, bands are a funny fucking thing, man. Funny. I mean, you know, for people to agree to A, get in a van, B, travel all over the fucking place, C, go into these places where you just really shouldn't. You know, I'm not shouldn't, but you know what I mean. It's like some of the clubs we play, like, are you sure we're supposed to be here? You know, it's like looks like a, you know, a country western bar, or it looks like a, you know. But it's such a strange living, you know. I always have equated it with equated. Is that a word? I've always I've always, you know, put it alongside stand-up comedians, or you know, that just picking that lifestyle, you know, to just go to places where you may end up get thrown out, depending on, you know, how good your agent is or how good your, you know, yeah, so strange, so very strange. To this day, I still marvel at the fact that we have people going, you know, yeah, I'll do that. I'll get in the van. I'll travel across the fucking country and, you know, come back and be fucking wrecked for 3 weeks. But
It's kind of surprising thinking back of all the people who've come and gone from this line, from this band since I started working with you. That we have, you know, we've had issues with people drinking too much occasionally, but never like getting to the point where they couldn't play. You know,
yeah,
they would always be like they'd get a little shaky. So like we'd have that talk, like maybe wait till the last set to have,
Yeah.
you know. That happened a lot, almost with every lineup, but we never had anybody who was so wasted they couldn't play. Surprisingly. No lightning round today?
what?
No lightning rounds?
Yeah, fuck.
I'm gonna put my lightning hat on.
Yeah.
What you got?
All right, give us a lightning question.
Best keyboard player in rock history.
John Lord.
I don't know.
End of story.
I don't have one.
Say Elton John, and you have to jump off the balcony.
Good shot.
My brother went to see Elton John in Vegas. It was some company private party thing, and I'm just not an Elton John fan. And he said, no, he was good. I said, no, he wasn't. You know, we were arguing. I know he was probably entertaining, and I know he's probably good. I'm just not a fan. So, who would you say the best keyboard player is?
I always think of Ian McLagan because I saw him play with Billy Bragg at one time. Ian McLagan, who played with Small Faces, and he used to hang out at Fido when we played there. He was actually good friends with our friend Eric Russell there, and because he had a regular gig like right across the alleyway at the Lucky's pub or something like that at the time. That's why he was always in there. And I saw him, but he was just so fantastic. He was just butter on the Hammond organ he would play, and he was just great. He was great fun to listen to him talk in all the interviews I've seen. But he's a great. I don't know. This is the first guy I thought of. I think who else? I guess. What's his name? He played on Life on Mars. David Bowie's.
I would.
What the hell's his name?
Yeah. While you're thinking of it, I would put forward as a rock and roll keyboard player, and this is going to probably get me punched or cancelled or all of the above. But I would put Billy Joel's name into the forefront because for many reasons. John Lord is my favorite because of his Deep Purple work. However, Billy Joel has that. He really, from classical all the way through to rock and roll. You know, I mean, is that a stretch? It was to me, in that when you hear songs like Allentown, or you hear New York State of Mind, or you hear, I mean, just these brilliant pieces of, you know, when he did the Stormfront record, it wasn't, the album wasn't as well received as, or, you know, and scenes from an Italian restaurant, you know, that later stuff wasn't, but I mean, still such incredible melodies, and the execution was so, I mean, so recognizable to his style. He even played on a Twisted Sister song or two. Be Cruel to Your School, I believe, was the thing. But I mean, he's one of these guys, and he's written, like Stuart Copeland, he's written these amazing classical pieces, and just not Stuart Copeland, the keyboard player, Stuart Copeland, the police drummer. But one of these players that's just recognizable to the ear, but also so incredibly vast in his taste in music and his execution of it. And way too much time spent on Billy Joel. I just think he's a phenomenal player.
When I was living outside of Seattle, we went to this piano bar somewhere outside the city. And these two guys, I mean, it was like a couple-hour show. It was nonstop improv. Whatever.
Dueling pianos?
Oh, yeah. Dude, that's a talent in itself. I mean, they were standing nonstop the whole time. It didn't matter what people were doing.
Yeah.
What they were saying, suggesting, moving. It was kind of like they let the crowd be involved. And it was kind of a smaller, intimate, maybe, 50 people. But that was, I wish I could remember the name of the place. But it was freaking.
Well, that's a huge
mind blowing. That was amazing.
That's a huge market. I've heard about that in the mid '90s for the first time. I heard about that, the Dueling Piano Bar. There was a huge one in Houston, just off the Richmond Strip. I mean, beyond the Richmond Strip. It was at 610 and Richmond Avenue. There was a big place, City Streets maybe, and it had a bunch of different clubs inside this one club. And I was working in a bar down the road. And when that place opened, it just sucked the life out of and it was only for a few weeks, but which it's typical for a new club. The new club opens on the block and everybody goes there. And then a few weeks later, they all go back to their regular places. And we were also very sad to see our friends up in Dallas close the Wounded Ostrich.
Yeah, damn.
I kind of called it.
Yeah.
But sad to see him go. Wonderful spot. But you talk about a venue that needs to be on top of not just you need a New Orleans style door person. You need that movie Cocktail style bar staff. You need dueling piano style entertainment. It doesn't need to be pianos. It just has to be something that's in your face where you cannot get away. So you got to have, for that area, this is Deep Ellum, Dallas, Texas. Excuse me. That area is, it's essentially foot traffic.
Yeah.
You can get down in the area for a while, but then, when it goes late night, you really need to be out of there so you can maneuver. But it's a great spot, but, that club, as wonderful as it was, we were so happy with the owners and the bar staff and but it's just sad to see him go. Anyway, so I digress. We go back to City Streets in Houston, and they opened up this monster. So it's essentially like a mall, but it's a mall of bars and different, the Dueling Piano Bar, and had the dance club and this, that, and the other. So all of our people, they go down for the next few weeks to check it out because it's always cheap and free drinks and best looking women in there and all, on and on and on. Many, many reasons to go and see the new place. But then they all end up back at their regular spot. They all come back but those clubs hurt for a long time. The shopping mall is an incredible, it's such an amazing picture of what happens to the landscape when they come in, because they kill all the local shops in the area, right? Because you can't compete with Dillard's when you have the boutique clothes shop down there. You can't compete with their prices or their selection, or So the mall comes in, decimates everything. Then the mall fails, and they're all gone. So it really ends up being just this scorched earth. Same with the bars. And so these bars would come in and they would just, we're the cheapest drinks. And they do. I remember one of the clubs that I worked for, they had a sister club down south, and they would do any coin, any drink. I'll say that again.
Yeah.
Any coin, any drink. So, I mean, I'm inside. I'm boiling with anger at the thought of something that's so stupid for for this concept of a money. So these bartenders are relying on this place, for their income, their livelihood, on and on. So this night in particular, so people would bring in a penny. What's less than a penny? Nothing. That's it. They're bringing a penny, and they would tip a nickel, or they would tip something just ridiculous, and say, "Well, it's more than 100%."
Yeah.
Fuck you. No, that's not. I mean, but again, it's on ownership. It's on management. You do not. I mean, and how do you compete with that if you're the bar down? You're the club down the street that's been doing cheap drinks the whole time, but now you look like you're overcharging for everything because these guys have. It really is. It's just it's heinous that these places would try this crap. And I knew a lot of the bar staff because they took a lot of the staff from my club to theirs when they opened. And again, flashy when it starts.
Yeah.
Great, everybody's there, and then it just tanks.
We did this motorcycle trip, me and my two brothers, and we took off. But one of the stops, we stopped in New Orleans, and one of the places, it was. All I know is my brother came back with this tray, and it looked like he was the new waiter.
Yeah.
I go, dude, and he's like, I don't know what just happened. And so, I mean, it was $2. It was $1 beer, $2 shots, and if you buy one, you get two for free. So he ordered a beer and a shot for all of us on the trip, and so then everybody got three. So he's got this. I mean, I'm like, how is this place even making money? Like, that's crazy. But what it is you stay in there.
Yes.
Next thing you know, you got the fries and tips. And you're staying in there. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, I just remember his face. He's like, I don't know what just happened.
Yeah. I can remember his face too because it looks just like that. That's so cool. That's funny. I was thinking about Kurt the other day. Thinking about we have to get him on a recording as well. We got to do it. Yeah. We got to do it. We got to cover some of your old stuff.
That'd be cool.
And have him come. But yeah, I want that to happen.
Yeah. So he found all those old tracks and all the guys in that band Easy Killer.
Yeah.
Everyone's agreed to try to get together. So
I'm
trying to not make it all just be me, so that way it starts to happen.
Yeah.
But we'll see. So there was text threads going around a few weeks ago. So I'm like, man, that'd be so fun just to just one show.
Oh yeah.
And Mike's band. I was like, man, we got to get Mike's band in there and have Mike do some songs.
Yeah.
But I found some old pictures of us, like somebody in Havasu that I got Jillian, who's with that Rehearsal magazine, and so we all graduate. They just posted a page of people who Havasu is a small town, and so man, I'm seeing all these people post over the last week. All these old things of Havasu. There's all these different bands I'd forgotten about, and I was like, oh man, there was some cool shit back then. So it's really cool to see all that. So
nice.
Yeah.
So Chad, same question. If you had question, but it's the same subject. So if you had to get some of your old people that you played with together, who would it be? Don't pick the dead ones because they're really hard to get. They're stage fright.
I would love to play with my old Change bandmates again someday. Andy and I talked occasionally.
Is he in Seattle?
Andy lives in Austin.
Oh, who's the guy in Portland?
Well, Brendan and Jerry live up in Portland. They're in Zuzu's Pedals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Patrick Wyatt, who was the guitarist. I think he's living in Cleveland now. He was in Portland for a long time. Yeah, I'd love to play with those guys. I never actually was in a band with those guys, really.
So the Change, could you get the Change back together?
Well, partially. The drummer passed away, unfortunately. Yeah. You'd be perfect playing that shit, man. I played you some of the Change stuff.
You said you were going to send it to me. You never
did.
I
know. I want to.
I've been waiting a long time to say that too.
Some of the stuff does not sound that great, so I want to try to fix it for you. So the songs are good. They're just not very well recorded or sung. I'd love to play with Andy and Rob. Rob was a bass player in that band. I'd love to play with those guys again. Dwight was a keyboardist. That'd be fun. But it'd be really fun to get the core members of Elemental Penguin back together too. That was Dwight, Runen Sisaipa, who was the drummer, and Jason Coster on bass, me on guitar occasionally, and Sean on guitar. I have no idea if those guys have been playing at all, but it'd just be fun to hang out. That was this is when this was the band I had senior year in high school, and typically what we'd get together to rehearse, and we'd spend like an hour tuning, literally, before we'd actually play a single note of any song. And then the songs we were working on, it would just be like, we only really knew like 6 or 7 songs, so we just keep playing the same ones over and over again. Girlfriend is Better by Talking Heads, 20 or 30 times in a row.
I bet you were good at it though.
We were okay.
See, that's what I was saying today. I said Blaggards do not spend enough time on our songs, on rehearsing our songs. We play it 1 time, fuck it up. Play it 2 times, we get better. Play it 3 times, close. 4 times, that's it. And then we go. And it's not, because you got a lot of time between that and the show. And just watching the big bass jump out there. Sorry, kids, I wish we had should have had the cameras turned the other way. But you can't, especially, let me finish the first sentence, head. Okay. So you just can't take a song out that's not ready. I mean, we do it all the time. But when you take a song out like that, it rushes, it fumbles, it staggers, it does, it's not that, that, what's the song that we play that's just cruise control, muscle memory, go, every time? Lightning round.
I mean, a lot of them are.
I know, name one.
Spancel?
Prison, that's what I was thinking.
Prison.
So it's just one of those ones that just, you don't have to think about it. Your body and your mind and your fingers and everything just goes. It's that, and that's the way it really should be. Taking it, and especially the new ones. We messed on a song the other day, I believe made famous by Christy Moore, written by Bobby Sands. But we messed with a song which we are going to do. We're definitely going to do. But we're going to do the right arrangement. We're going to do. We're going to do our arrangement of it, which is that
one we did the other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just have to. We have to sit down, kind of map it out, then play it. But it was funny. We were going to mess with it the other night down at a rehearsal, and as I was driving there, I had this beat, and it's funny. That beat that you played was exactly the one I was thinking of, which is not in the song. Yeah, because so I'm driving to the thing, I'm driving to the rehearsal, and in my head I'm going over the lyrics, and then that beat came in my head, and then this riff came in my head. I was like, whoa, man, that's gonna work, and I started singing it over and over again, pushing the song aside, and focusing on this one. So then, as we're singing it, as we're playing it for the first time together, I can't get this new part out of my head, which is unusual. Usually but I really believe it's a strong piece, and it could really be a nice section of the song where we could, and it's just typical Blackguard stuff. But the song didn't get any attention that night because I couldn't detach that from this song that we'd never played, and I'd already fucked the song up. So it was in my head. I got to put it down. I got to. I got to record this stuff and have it down to where we can, have a because a lot of the times we get in the rehearsal and we go more bouncy, take some of the trudge out of it. That's not a fucking musical turn. I know what I'm talking about. You've got no fucking idea. You got no fucking idea what I'm talking. But in my head, I'm making sense. But it doesn't necessarily mean that we're all gonna. So. I mean, that's what I mean by this. Jumping in the van with a fucking band is the strangest lifestyle. It's the strangest choice of career to take this stuff and run like that. I still wouldn't do anything fucking else.
I know.
I think one of the things too with the changing, if we want to change something, let's say a song's going this direction and now we want it to be over here. But it doesn't, even if it just comes backwards and turns that way, I've kind of had to accept that. Like, okay, I just need to stop this trajectory
Yeah.
and face this direction now, and then we could work on it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't come as fast as I want it to go, or but I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, and again, we're not that band that's putting these 20-minute prog interludes in the middle of a, ballad. It's we can, and God help us when we attempt it, but it's so fun to just take that. I kind of credit this riff, this piece that I'd just heard in my head on the way down as I'm trying to cement the lyrics in my head. I've performed this song a few times acoustically, solo, and it's still a lot for me to relearn the lyric. It's one of those ones. I guess I never 100% knew it all the way through, because I was just starting from zero. But I think that's why then I was starting, and in my head I'm working on this one spot and how I'm going to phrase it. A lot of the times if I do a cover song, if I don't like the way that it is on the original, I have to kind of run that line through a couple of times. Pair of Brown Eyes is the one that jumps to mind. I just don't like the way that Shane did this one line in Pair of Brown Eyes, and I worked on that.
Line?
Huh?
Do you remember which line?
Yeah. A hungry breeze came across. Then came across the breeze, so I gave the walls a talking.
Yeah.
A hungry singer across the breeze, so I gave the walls a talking. And I didn't like the way that he followed the melody on that, so I sang a different melody on that. But again, it was one of those things where I had to sit through that line and rework, erase what was in my head from the record and put my own. I go, hey, the walls are talking. I did a different melody off the. To me, it always sounded a little out of tune when he did it, just a little bit.
You go like, okay, the walls are talking.
Yeah. I just did it. I mean, 2 seconds, but it's enough to. It's enough to throw a wrench in it while I'm singing it, because I don't want to sing that. I don't want to sing that lyric. I don't want to sing that melody. I don't want to sing that phrasing. So and with that song, with Back Home in Derry, singing that and working on that phrasing, working on that's when the riff came in. That's when that piece came in. And 30 minutes later it gets to it. But that's why I was saying, I think that there's some kind of osmosis thing that happens with us, because we've done it countless times now, to where it's just, and it's not you thinking, oh, he's going to want to hear this, or it's not you going, this is how he's going to play. It's just one of those things that happens to be our, our wheelhouse. This is how we do it.
Yeah. All great bands who play all the time have their own version of that, their own sort of secret language that they speak musically.
Yeah.
Where they just kind of read each other's body language, or it's just a breath in the air or hesitation or stuff. We talked about you and I, when you might change your vocal on the line. Sometimes I do. Sometimes it goes the other way too.
Yeah.
When you're harmonizing with me, and we don't know. It's some really hair of a thing that we're picking up on, on the fly.
Secret code.
Something you don't really think about when it's happening.
Yes. Yeah. It's 3 of those. Yeah. Very good. You remembered. Wow.
What was that?
Oh my God, that was yeah.
That was the
that was our signal for things aren't going well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Readjust the hat.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we got to come up.
That came out really fast. Was that?
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's gonna be a long day.
Yeah. Behind the scenes coming soon. Thank you, Patreon. So we really do. We develop that. We develop that code. That unseen, unheard, unknowing to anybody else. It's that second language or third language. Whatever. It still blows me away. Obviously, I'm stuttering all over the fucking place. 20 years of this shit, and we still can, or not still, but we're so good at rereading. He's going to change it now. I'm going to follow. Okay. And because when Turbo started, seemed like 20 years ago now. No, but when you started playing with us, you wouldn't look up, and you would kind of go off to the side, and your head would your eyes would kind of close, and you know, and I know what you're doing. You're holding the song down. You're doing, you know, you're got a lot of shit coming through your head because we have a lot of changes, and there's a lot of, you know, so many songs to learn in such a small amount of time, on and on and on. But you had this thing where you would just not, you know, just kind of go inward, and we knocked that out of you rather quickly. And now you're so easy to get. You know, if there's a change in the song coming up, or we want to do something different, it's so easy because we just. Mm-hmm. I don't even fucking worry about it. I change it and I go, you know, if he doesn't catch it, I say, you fucked up. Yeah. But no, but he doesn't. I mean, he knows it's coming. Case in point being the starting the opening line to our song, "The Foggy Dew." I've fucked him over on that so many times. I go up to the mic and he'll go, it's down, and I'll fucking back away and leave him on and he's going, you cut. You know?
So the next time I'll be waiting for he have to figure out some other way to trick me.
Yeah,
which he has.
Yeah. But it's still it's a delight when it works because you're and it sounds like a squawk because you may have been on the right note, but by the time you figure out you've been screwed over, and and you're on your own too. Which is my favorite thing too, because on the mic is all I was like, that's the backup singer.
There's just a little guitar. It's not like it's all this volume to hide. It's like that arm comes in to grab the sound and pull it back down.
Yes.
One of my favorite memories. This is kind of like it was different than when Brian sat in with us, and I can't remember. This wasn't even intentional. But he got left out. He got hung out to dry completely by accident. It was one of those times he was sitting in with us, like it was between
Brian who?
Brian Vogel, our first drummer, who came back to sit in with us many times after he left, when we were between other drummers. And we played it. We were at Pandora, and you know, and like many of our followers know that many times when we're singing Folsom Prison, we'll go, you know, shut up, man, Arena, just to watch him die, and we'll scream, "Die, motherfucker!" All of us on stage, and the audience was screaming with us half the time. But at this point, for some reason, at this point in time, we weren't doing that shout. But Brian didn't know that. I don't know why we stopped. We just weren't doing it. So we come back, and we're at Pandora, and we get to that point, and he's back down, and he's like, "Die, motherfucker!" He looks around, and we all turn around, and he goes, "You motherfuckers!" It just got...
Yeah. The other one that was that. The other situation that was very similar to that was when we took out "Leave Me Alone" on Moonshiner, and we had somebody sit in with us. It might have been Mike. And, "Leave me alone." We forgot to tell you, we're not doing that. It was Jeff. Jeff Duncan.
"Leave me alone."
Yeah, on your own. You're on your own. Yes. Yeah. So bad. So anyway, I think we should let these fine folks go back to their day, because I know nobody does anything when they're listening to SlapperCast on their first Tuesday of the yes. So we are we got a lot of studio time coming up. So I think that we should have we should have a snippet recorded and give them a little taste of some of the newer crap that's coming. Yeah. So it won't be this episode. Next episode.
Okay.
No, up next weekend you have a show, dude.
Yeah.
You playing?
Yeah.
That's right. Little Rock, Arkansas.
Yep. Going to be doing a solo acoustic show at the Hibernian Irish Tavern in Little Rock, Arkansas on Rodney Parham Road. And where they have the best curry and chips in the world. And Jerry, also the owner, had a car accident, totaled his car.
Oh, shit.
And we hope you're feeling better, Jerry. And yeah. Sorry.
Is this the second time you've done a solo show there?
Yes.
Second time?
Second. I know. I couldn't believe they asked me to come back. Strange. Yeah.
I believe it.
So
it was packed last time, right?
Yeah, it was very, very fun. Cool. Very fun. It's good for me because I really need to. I've been recording. I've been doing these ideas, recording these ideas. But it's also very good for me because I have to go back and learn these older songs, these acoustics, and I also like to put a few new ones in there. So it really is. It's kind of I was going to say a callback, but more like a crawlback to the on the Dole days to where I can do some of those early for me, early in my career songs that we don't play, nor do we have any interest in playing in Blaggards. But it's fun to go back and kind of retool them and relight that fire, or whatever the goofy analogy is for that. But it's really fun to do, and it's more helpful for my timing, to where I'm not like, come on, hurry up, because you're speeding up. I go, okay. So I really have to. You have to go back to basics. You know, there's nothing worse than seeing a solo guy that's all over the map tempo wise, or not sure of the vocal line they're gonna sing, and So it's really good. It's really good training. It's kind of like a cleansing, nearly.
Yeah.
Having to go out and be so exposed.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a while since I've done that.
Yeah.
You look around.
Yeah. Yeah. I do.
Up down $2,000.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're on your own and you are so exposed, and it's such a it can be such an abrasive sound, just you and a guitar. You really have to pull it back to where it's uncomfortably slow, because when you think that you're doing it at a regular tempo, you're flying.
Yeah.
And I did a 4-hour show in Weston, Missouri. I actually back-to-back nights. I played acoustic. And I tell you something, that's when you learn how to. God, I wish I could slag them off right now. Last week's episode, I was kind of slagging off a band that we know very well, and I was talking about how they Cosby their way into a show, into an audience. Now, Cosby's the wrong thing, because Cosby at least knocked them out. These guys would Epstein themselves into the audience, meaning you don't get a choice. You're getting it. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the call and response. You're singing, do these silly dance moves with us, do this, all this stuff, and it seems like they've got no idea of what part of the show they're in, because they're starting off with this stuff, and you gotta let them warm up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta warm them up to it. You can't come in, especially if they don't know you. You can't come in and be, and we're that band that's gonna make you, I want you to do the chicken dance with No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do your fucking job. Play some shows. Get them on your side, and then you can abuse them. But don't jump right in and like Monty Python. You don't stampede towards the clitoris.
It goes the other way too. Another band I'm not going to mention because I don't want to embarrass them.
I'll mention it.
Or embarrass themselves by calling them out. But they're bands I've seen that I love, but it's this thing about reading the room. And there are bands that I've seen who the audience is worked up, and then they'll kick into this long, slow instrumental or something, and just lose everybody, And the energy just goes. All the energy they built up just evaporates and leaves, I don't understand that. I've seen a lot of bands do that. I'm like, are you guys not paying attention?
This is when you stampede, bro.
Yeah. But the one that comes to mind is I saw Steely Dan in the Woodlands, and I had the best seats, center stage. I mean, probably 3 or 4 rows back, close enough to where we were cold from the AC coming off the stage. It's an outdoor venue for those who don't know. It's Cynthia Woods Pavilion in the Woodlands, Texas, and it can be a crappy venue. If you're way up on the hill and the sound's not great and it's too hot, blah blah, on and on and on. But we were so close to the stage that the AC was actually just a little, not for me, but chilly for the people. Amazing. And Dennis Chambers playing drums. Oh my God. Oh, just such a thing of beauty to watch. Anyway, so I had been told, and I've never seen Steely Dan, and I've never seen them since. I guess you can't see them now. But I've been told when Becker decides he's going to do his solo stuff, go get a drink or go to the restroom. Even if you don't have to get a drink or go to the restroom, go anyway. And I said, well, that's kind of fucking cool. How can it be? And he wasn't on his second chord of his first song. I said, oh, I understand. And I got on the left. It was, I mean, I couldn't get out fast enough. And I was humming to myself so I wouldn't have to listen to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just boring?
Yeah, I mean, but Steely Dan, and again, it's obviously an acquired taste. I went because Dennis Chambers is playing drums, and there's, I mean, so many. I know Reeling in the Years is probably naff to point out as I think, but the guitar solo, and oh my god,
Oh, they're incredible.
yeah. I mean, and they have so many great pieces that are nostalgic when you're, of a certain age, but it's. The music is so phenomenal and so well put together. And then this guy is half the fucking band. And then he comes out and he does a solo.
Was it just him or the band?
I can't
Like
really
Donald
remember.
Fagen left the stage and was just
Yeah, everybody left the stage, I think, at first. It might have been an acoustic thing, but it was at first. But I think some people joined him later. I was just gone. I was so offended by the noise that I was hearing. I was like, this is not the same. It's not the same guy.
That reminds me, it's a different thing, but it always annoyed me when David Bowie would come on tour. He did this a couple of times. But I saw him on the Glass Spider tour,
Yeah.
and he sang one of my favorite songs. It's a weird deep cut called Sons of the Silent Age, the Heroes record. And the chorus is this big dramatic thing. It was one of my favorite parts of the song. So they get to that part, and this is when he was touring with Peter Frampton. Playing lead guitar.
Oh, yeah.
Peter steps forward and sings that part of the song, and I'm thinking, no, what are you doing? And he did the same thing on the last time I saw him, which was a great show. Glass Spider had some issues, but the last time I saw him at Cynthia Woods, the same place you were just talking about.
Yeah.
I think it was his last tour back in 2005. So one that you wanted to go and you couldn't get tickets, I guess. And there was a band. God, I can't remember the name. It was this really weird band that they looked like a cult, or like a religious cult. There was like 30 members, like a choir, and their lead singer guy came out to sing. It was the same thing. Bowie gave him the chorus to sing. Like, no, stop. What are you doing? There was a song called Twinkle, Twinkle, Uncle Floyd. Slip Away, off of Heathen. Great album. When Bowie sings it.
Yeah. You get your expectations up so high,
Yeah.
and then rug ripped out from under you. Oof. Yeah. So anyway, like I said 30 minutes ago, we should let these fine people get back to that. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, if you're going to sign up, do it now. We want to know you're coming. Turbo's got a little surprise for you. Blaggards.com. Just hit that Ireland picture and all your questions will be answered and all your dreams will come true. And we're looking forward to seeing you at a show, and we're looking forward to look for us at some new venues coming up too. So
Yeah.
try some new shit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Cheers.
There you go.